Invictus. Again, please, if you like what you see, just click the link and wishlist on Steam. Thanks. Okay, so basic controls in the game are WASD. As you can see, my character's in front, I'm walking around. I'm in third person, which is the default, but you can switch between third person, first person, and a kind of natty top-down view that's useful for building. So that you can see the top-down view. So what you're seeing in front of you is the character moving around the screen and the heads-up display. So in terms of the heads-up display, you can see your character's got a name and a faction, Kekaran Villages. So there's Severus, Kekaran Villages. On the top left-hand side of the screen, I guess, is the party and sort of player window. So as you get more players in multiplayer, they'll appear below your portrait and player window there. But currently, as you can see, we're a single player, and Severus has effectively a health bar there in the red, a stamina bar in green, and a fatigue bar in blue that's sort of ticking away. So in the game, basically, as you move and use stamina and things like that, the fatigue will go down at a certain rate, depending on what you're doing. I guess a little bit similar to kind of Farmville-esque casual games where there's effectively a set amount that you can do each day. Obviously, that fatigue can be restored through sort of potions and food and eating and stuff like that. So there's basically a management system around trying to keep it fairly casual, but also not just complete the game in one day, basically. So sort of space it out a bit and provide a bit of space. Underneath those bars, you can see the sort of yellow and blue dots there, effectively at the moment representing hunger and thirst, and they tick down to empty over time. Now, at the moment, that's quite a simple representation. I think I'll be looking at and trying to improve that for later game versions of the game. Okay, so basic WASD controls: space is jump, and shift is sprint or move fast. And as mentioned in my previous video, some of the animations are a little bit need a bit of work or needs to be substituted, so just bear that in mind as the game's in pre-alpha, so please bear that in mind watching the video. Okay, so without further ado, I guess, so that was the sort of portrait and sort of health bars and stuff like that. At the top you've got the objective overlay, which basically tells you what your main objective at the moment is. For the first part of the game, it's basically just protecting this monument in front of us there. That's the standing stones of Kekaran, basically, and just making sure they don't get destroyed or pilfered or looted, basically. So on the right-hand side there, you can see there's a timer and your current wealth, and below that there's a task list which gives you your sort of prioritised quest at the moment. On the bottom is a hotkey bar with effectively your current equipped items or hotkeys, and also your current equipped weapon is in the big box on the left hand side. And then bottom left is basically just a chat and combat window that tells you a bit of feedback on what's going on around you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in this sort of I'm just going to go through the basic controls and follow along the main quest line. Main quest line at the moment auto populates on the quick quest on the top right, so I'll just be following those steps through. It's a sandbox game, so and the contents of the UK. Obviously, we talked about it being the UK, and here's the map view. The map at the moment for the campaign is fixed, but it's all under a procedural engine, so you can make your own maps, and also the content within inside the UK is randomised. So at the moment, this biome is Sturk Seed, but you can mix that up in terms of the campaign if required. Okay, so moving over to follow what we're doing. Effectively, what we're doing is trying to climb this hill here, and we've done it. And you can see in the top right that the objective is ticked off. So the next task is to sit by the monument and spend a bit of time reflecting. It needs an animation. At the moment, I'm just using a basic cheer animation to indicate the fact that it's been achieved. Okay, and then as you can see, we've moved on to the next quest, which is First Night, and it also says get up close to the stone, so that's what I've done. Excuse me, I've got a bit of cold today, so the audio might be a little bit unclear. I'll try and rally through it. So the next step is inspect the strange markings on the stones. So if you move up to any object in the game and press Q, you should get a little feedback on what it is and a little bit of backstory around it. So these are the stones, which is interestingly called the Soul Road, which will have wider connotations later in the game. But effectively this is what you're coming to have a little pilgrimage and pray against. So having done that, it's talking to gather 2 lumps of flint and build a campfire, basically. So we need to get a campfire ready before the night falls. So it's 3 o'clock on the top right, as you can see, it's Saturday. So we really need to be motoring through now before to get this campfire sorted out before nightfall. So what I'm going to do is just gather the materials, and then we'll move on to the next video and show you the crafting system. Okay, so there I've picked up 2 lumps of flint, and then we've got 10 of these softwood branches. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so while I do that, what I'm doing is picking up most basic crude materials in the game. These usually can be found all over the place, but at the moment, certainly flint and the twigs spawn. So softwood branches spawn the most in the forest biome, which is what the sort of dark green earthy area is. And then this is effectively a heathen area, this brown area, where there's a lot less stuff going on at the moment. You can see some metal on the distance there. Okay, and the berry bush there. Okay, so what I've done is I've just picked up enough flint and enough softwood branches to craft a campfire. As you can see on the right hand side, things have been ticked off in the quest. And in the journal menu, you can see that the Road to Remembrance quest that we did start with climbing the hill and sitting is complete. And then you effectively got a few more things to do around the first night. So I'll probably leave it there in terms of the video. In the distance, you can see a lot of dudes just swarming around a hill, and they'll come into play in a bit later. Okay. So I'm just going to go and look over here at the stones. Thanks guys, speak soon in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as mentioned before, if you like my stuff, click on some of the links, have a look around my devlog or my Steam store page, and like or wishlist where you can. Thanks guys, bye.